The Paychex IHS Small Business Jobs Index kicked off 2015 on a high note. In fact, Marty, this is one of the highest levels we've seen since the beginning of 2014.
It really is, Jill. We think 2015 is off to a good start. This is the first positive change, as you said, since April of 2014 when we kind of reached our peak. So we're very positive on the fact that 15 out of 20 states that we analyze all showed positive improvements in the growth rate for small businesses.
Well, it's interesting to see that Indiana came in #1 for January. Do you think that's sustainable going forward?
Well, I don't know. It's the first time Indiana had a big pop in January, so we'll have to kind of keep an eye on it. There's nothing, we're analyzing that more, but there's nothing that stands out necessarily, although there's a lot of things that bode well for the whole country. When you think of the lower gas prices, high consumer confidence, the index is at its highest point since 2007, and the small business index, the positive feeling of the NFIB small business index, is also very positive, best it's been in years. So I think all that could bode well, and maybe some of that's showing up in Indiana.
Speaking of energy, Dallas continues to win on this survey. In fact, it has the highest ranking. Does it continue to be the energy trade right there?
Well, it certainly looks like that the energy is still helping Dallas. Houston did fall off a little bit. It's still in the mix, but Houston fell off a little bit. I think that was around energy, but you do see Dallas still taking the #1 spot. And you still see, the states, the Texas in general is certainly still in the top 3 for the state performance.
And finally, the Northeast just continues to struggle. In fact, Boston and New York City, 2 of the slowest growing.
They really are. Boston and New York, in fact, below 100 on the index. So their small business growth rates are lower than they were in 2004. So, you got to hope that they're going to come back, but they continue to be pretty consistently on the slow into the growth parameters.
And just to wrap up, what is your sense among small business owners? Do they feel as positive as they did in 2014, looking forward for the remainder of 2015?
Well, I think so. This is certainly, a 1-month indicator, but it does seem to show that. And besides, the other indexes are up, and and housing is up. Besides, the biggest new housing start number we've seen in some time. So that always bodes well for small business growth. So at least I think for 1 month here in January, we're off to a good start for 2015.
Okay, thanks very much, Marty. Always great to catch up with you.
Thanks, Jill.
For TheStreet in New York, I'm Jill Malandrino.